So picture this, the United Nations, Geneva. The event, the Women's Global Peace and Development Summit. World leaders, Nobel laureates, human rights icons, and guess who was about to take the stage? Princess Catherine of Wales, poised, elegant, and ready to speak not just for Britain, but for women worldwide. But just 3 weeks before Kate's moment of global empowerment, something ugly started brewing. Behind the smiles and staged photos, Meghan Markle was plotting. According to shocking emails that surfaced from a whistleblower who worked briefly with Meghan's comms team in 2023-2024, brace yourself. Meghan wanted the speech stopped, sabotaged, muted, buried. The first bombshell email from Meghan's team literally flagged Kate's upcoming speech as a strategic threat. The exact words, "We cannot let her become the face of global compassion, not after everything." What? Like, girl, people thought the emails were fake at first, too bold, too raw, but they were verified line by line. The whistleblower even had call logs and Slack messages to back it all up. One word, receipts. All the receipt. So what was the plan? Oh, honey, this wasn't just side-eye from afar. This was a whole operation. Meghan's team started pushing ideas to cancel or delay the UN speech. They plotted to reduce media exposure and even asked if they could leak a draft early to frame it as hypocritical. Let that sink in. They were contacting magazines like Vogue, calling Kate's speech performative. One message asked if they could remind the press about her colonial optics. And Meghan? She wasn't silent. She was sending late-night emails herself, including one that said, "She doesn't deserve that stage. She hasn't earned it. If I had stayed, I would have made the UN mine." Girl, that was chilling. Narcissism on full blast. According to Clara Aura, the brave junior PR staffer who leaked it all, that was the moment she walked away, but not before she encrypted 12 pages of receipts and sent them to the UK press. At 9:42 a.m. London time, boom, the emails hit a Telegraph editor's inbox. Subject line, "You'll want to read this before Kate speaks." And what was inside? 12 pages of scheming, whisper campaigns, and plans to spin the narrative. Meghan's PR team wanted to frame Kate's speech as safe, privileged, and position Meghan as the one with real experience. Even worse, Meghan personally wrote, "I need this speech to land flat. No headlines, no momentum. Let her speak into silence. Let her speak into silence." The internet exploded. Hashtags like Kate silenced and Meghan blocked Kate trended worldwide. Even the normally neutral BBC and Reuters were picking up the story. This was no longer behind-the-scenes drama. This was a royal war, and it just went public. Now, inside Buckingham Palace, chaos. Kate stayed composed because Queen energy, but her team furious. William, according to insiders, exploded in a planning meeting. His exact words, "Tell me how long she's been planning this. This feels orchestrated." And oh, was it ever? Emails revealed this wasn't some petty last-minute reaction. Meghan had been plotting for months. As far back as 2024, she'd been preparing to undermine Kate's moment. But guess what? The palace played their move like masters. Instead of canceling or hiding, they upgraded the entire event. No more closed doors. CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, everyone got the live stream rights. And the message was loud and clear. You tried to silence her, now the world will hear her louder. Boom. When the day arrived, UN headquarters in NYC was buzzing. Royal watchers had camped out at 6 a.m., flags flying, cameras rolling, and when Kate walked onto that stage, standing ovation, not out of duty, but deep, real respect. Her speech wasn't performative. It wasn't flashy, it was clear, powerful, and authentic. She talked about education for girls, real change, and one line in particular shook the world. Real leadership doesn't chase applause, it earns trust. Quietly, persistently, without demanding the spotlight. Make, dropped. People knew exactly who she was talking about. Social media melted. Trust earned exploded online. Clips of Meghan's old podcast rants were instantly compared to Kate's calm composure. And the contrast? Devastating. So, where was Meghan? Oh, sweetie, her team went completely silent. No rebuttals, no denials. Not even the classic sources close to Meghan say, nothing. And the silence? It was louder than any response. Insiders later claimed Meghan was in full panic mode, sleepless, stressed, thought she was playing chess, but it turned out to be checkmate. Even the British press, who usually find a way to roast both women, drew a brutal line. This time, they sided with Kate. Telegraph headlines read, Rees read, Meghan tried to silence Kate, but the world listened anyway. Oof. And then, brace yourself, Viola Davis entered the chat. At a gala honoring global impact leaders, Viola Davis took the stage to present Kate with an award. Her voice, calm, steady, but deadly accurate. There are women who use their voice to uplift, and there are women who use their platform to compete, to control, to erase. No names, but girl, everyone in that room knew. And then, competing with power doesn't make you powerful, it makes you petty. Who? That quote, instant legend, Twitter obliterated. Viola said it trended in minutes. Hollywood insiders started distancing themselves from Meghan. The silence around her now sounded like the end of a dynasty. And just when we thought it was over, another leak hit. Okay, grab your popcorn dolls, because if you thought part 1 was spicy, part 2 is a full-on inferno. The first batch of leaked emails already had the internet spinning, but the next wave, oh honey, it was the final blow. The nail in the designer coffin of Meghan's carefully curated brand, and guess who delivered the final receipts? Someone inside her own past palace circle. The betrayal? Legendary. Let's dive in. So here's what went down. Just days after Viola Davis's mic drop moment shook Meghan's credibility to its foundation, another figure, long forgotten but still quietly working inside royal circles, stepped out of the shadows. A junior staffer who once worked under Meghan during her brief royal tenure had since transitioned to Princess Kate's team. And after watching Meghan's silent implosion, they brought something jaw-dropping forward. A private, unlogged memo dated months before Kate's UN appearance. The subject line, contingency plan, preventing Catherine's elevation. Excuse me? Inside the memo, talking points, strategy, ways to subtly discredit Kate across trusted press partners without appearing malicious. Oh no, they didn't want to attack her, they wanted to erase her. Wrapped in flattery and PR-friendly language, suggestions included undermining Kate's credibility by highlighting her lack of international engagement history, reframing Meghan as the natural feminist voice of the monarchy, resurfacing Meghan's old UN appearances to drown out Kate's moment. It wasn't smear, it was surgical erasure. And it was chilling. When Kate was shown the memo, did she cry? No. Did she rush to call a press conference? Again, no. She did what Meghan never expected. She picked up the phone and called someone who had remained silent in this whole mess. Someone Meghan once idolized, but now feared. A woman with gravitas, global respect, and no time for games. And 2 weeks later, with cameras rolling and microphones hot, this queen delivered a truth bomb that shook the foundation of Meghan's public persona. At London's Global Impact Honors, Kate was being recognized for her work in early childhood development. She stepped up with dignity, elegance, and zero mention of the scandal. But it was Viola Davis who stole the night. Again, she stood at the podium, glanced at the teleprompter, then away, and with calm fury she said, "There are women who uplift, and then there are women who compete, not from courage, but from envy." The gasp in the room, audible. The energy, electric. She didn't name names, but she didn't need to. Social media erupted. Competing with power doesn't make you powerful, it makes you petty. And just like that, Meghan's brand of performative empowerment started crumbling in real time. Then came the Dropbox leak. At dawn, 5 global journalists, some American, some European, received anonymous links. The subject line, the emails you missed. And this time, there was no question about authenticity. The files were internally tagged, some marked as Meghan reviewed, others labeled RQL Comms internal. This wasn't just sabotage, it was orchestrated betrayal. Email subjects included Kate's UN appearance. Can we still intervene? We should own that date, not her. And the worst of all, she doesn't deserve that stage. That speech undermines everything we've built. And the smoking gun? A follow-up email. We've looped in media partners who can soften the coverage. Let's get our version out first with visuals. Visuals? As in pre-made narrative spin to distract the public. This wasn't a PR mishap. It wasn't a misfire. It was premeditated sabotage. sabotage, and the world saw it for what it was. News outlets across the globe didn't hold back this time. CNN, the emails that changed everything. Sky News, Meghan's private war on Kate's public voice. The Guardian, yes, even The Guardian, silenced Meghan's attempt to block a UN moment. Commentators didn't mince words. One even said on air, this isn't a PR fire, this is scorched earth. Then came the worst part for Meghan. Her own former aides started talking. Anonymously, sure, but still deadly effective. She saw Kate's speech as competition, not diplomacy. It was always about the optics, never the cause. She wanted to be the only one the world listened to. And when one former staffer was asked, why are you speaking now? Their answer, because she crossed a line. We all saw it, and so did the world. Woo! And where was Meghan? Still silent. No Instagram posts, no RQL updates, no charity reposts, no women supporting women quotes. Because honestly, what could she say? Kate didn't even have to respond. She didn't give interviews. She didn't do a podcast. She didn't call up Oprah this time. She just let the world watch. Watch as her grace, calm, and quiet strength silenced the noise and made Meghan look more unhinged the longer she stayed quiet. This isn't about tiaras and titles, folks. This is about truth, about who shows up to lead and who hides behind PR and podcast monologues. Meghan tried to claim she was silenced, but now the receipts say something else. Maybe she just couldn't handle not being the center. The more she plotted, the more it revealed the insecurity underneath the glam. And the world didn't forget. Kate didn't fight for the spotlight. She stood in her truth, and the spotlight followed. And that's real power. Meghan might have tried to block one speech, but in doing so, she handed Kate the loudest mic of her life. The irony? She silenced herself. Because real queens, they don't plot, they show up. And that's the royalty, babes.